Women's Rights Coordinator, South Africa, Michelle Festus, joins us in studio. Michelle, now, as we've just said, there has been many more murders. It's not just been Lekita's murder, but certainly this is shining a light on an underlying problem that's in this area.
Yes, there's a huge problem in our country. We have pandemic levels of violence against women and girls in particular. And in fact, it is a country at war with itself. The killing, the brutal murder, rape and violence against women in general, speaks volumes about what we as a society accept. And I think we all have to take some responsibility for this.
And the boyfriend has a criminal past. We also know his father was a gang member, a 28 gang member. How is the gang member's views on women?
Well, gangsterism in itself, is a problem, particularly on the Cape Flats. And we know there is a culture of male patriarchy and coupled with particular kind of violence when it comes to gangs. And communities on the Cape Flats live in fear every single day of their lives, having to deal. And it isn't just because of gang culture. Our country as a whole, there is a lack of respect for women. There isn't an acceptance that, that women's rights need to be respected, that women should be valued, and that women's dignity should be respected. And I think that's at the core. The core reason for violence against women and girls is patriarchy. So it is something that needs to be dealt with at an institutional level, and not just at a basic level within communities, at every single level, whether it's in education, whether it's in the economy, whether it's in institutions, whether it's in organizations, whether it's in our religious institutions. It's everywhere. We have a patriarchal society where males dominate, and there's a culture that creates and recreates the dominance. And in a culture where women are subordinated. And there are hierarchies. So there's a neo-white capitalist patriarchy where black women find themselves at the bottom of this hierarchy. And yeah, that is what creates the normalization of violence in our society. And we have come to accept that. And in fact, in my view, this country should come to a standstill. If there's anything else, what is the value of women's lives? We must ask ourselves that.
And as a young woman myself, and for the viewers out there, our young women that are watching this morning, how can we counteract this? How can we stand against crimes against women and empower ourselves as young women in South Africa?
Well, for women, we must organize and mobilize, and I mean beyond awareness raising. We do a lot of preventative work. But women need to be organized and mobilized. And yes, we need to work with everybody because it's everybody's responsibility. And we need to start from a young age. We need to start everywhere. So it's about how we raise our boys and our girls. Because whether it's the rapist and the murderers, there's someone's son, there's someone's brother, someone's father, someone's uncle, And we contribute to that. And I love what Matsilo Matsai once said, that we have to deal with the patriarchs within. So we ourselves, we have to look at ourselves. What messages are we sending when we are raising our children? Are we making our girls believe that they are valued, that they are, that they can be the best that they can be? And are we raising our boys in a way that says, you can be the best you can be without having to have power over anybody else? So ultimately, it is about breaking down power and saying that, men shouldn't be dominating women in our society, and women shouldn't be subservient to that. And it is about dignity, equality, and justice for all.
Thank you so much, Michelle Festus, who is the Women's Rights Coordinator for South Africa.
ActionAid South Africa.